Our Minecraft server is provided by Servercraft, offering reliability, support, and performance. Get your own server from servercraft.co.
Each and every week, our show is sponsored by incredible listeners just like you. If you want to sponsor the next episode, please go to deadworkers.com/sponsor. And this week, our show is sponsored by these awesome folks. Other Living, who says, Mekaloba, you don't want to know. And I don't think we do. Toasted Jelly, who says, congratulations to, I'm going to say this wrong, Gata, for getting the moderator status less than 3. Sugar, who is also Gata, says, Giant Hearts, FTW. By the way, Brent is awesome.
Woo!
Nosi, because I love you all. Seagon, don't close your eyes, it's a trap. And from Druzors, who says, no great thing is created suddenly, even with bone meal. And then last but not least, Rodri says, the Welsh shall inherit the earth.
Can't sleep, gotta build. There's a ground that needs to be drilled, and all I wanna do is dig.
From the Dead Workers Party, a podcast about all things Minecraft. Enjoy your stay in the shaft.
The Shaft, episode 21, recorded on February 20th, 2011. I'm Brent Copeland.
I'm Eric Fullerton, and today we have Spencer Williams, a returning...
Yo, what's up, yo?
Remember this guy? He's pretty awesome.
I'm not.
That's what I hear. Also, our guest today is Bob Mills.
Greetings.
Bob Mills, woo! So
What's up?
We're old friends with Bob Mills. He's, I guess we met you years ago when you listened to Control Point.
Correct.
And you did some cool bumpers for us and stuff. In fact, the Excavation Station bumper is Bob Mills singing.
Nice.
So
That's right. Little Audacity fun, multi-tracking, and a chicken, of course.
I was actually talking to Bob Mills earlier. I was trying to figure out if his name is one that you can just call him Bob. Does that work, or does it only work if you call him Bob Mills?
I think either one I respond to well. Just not.
So it's not like you're not like a reverse Madonna where you have to have a first name and a last name.
That's right. It's all, and there's special characters in there and the $sign and all that good stuff. But
Sweet.
no, I think Bob will be fine. I once ordered a pizza from someplace, and I'm like, and what's your name? And I said Bob, and they said, can you spell that? Like, really?
wow.
And
By the way, Brent owes me $5. He bet me $5 that I couldn't work reverse Madonna into a conversation with you.
I'll go along with it, sure. I'll give you $5.
Sure.
So can we get some impromptu chief, too?
I feel so used.
For Eric.
Is that what? I don't know. Anyway.
I was doing some chief earlier in the chat room.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's the Chief. If you listen to episode 100 of Control Point, it's one of our radio plays, and it's very exciting.
Yes, I did the Chief and Captain Uber for that episode.
Captain Uber.
But then prior, it was a State of the Server, Johnny Napalm's State of the Server jingle for Control Point, and then now Excavation Station. Mm-hmm. And of course, the other thing that I'm doing community-wise is the mapping for the Shaftlands, the Google map.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's very important, and people, I won't say they yell at you, but they really want to know when that map comes out, and it's a big task, so everybody leave them alone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate it. There are some well-meaning folks that say, give them a break and all this kind of stuff. I really don't mind. Better to know what people are thinking and what they want than not. So, no worries. It does. I'm doing it locally on my machine rather than doing it on the server for a number of reasons, just mostly to have control over it in case the server changes or anything breaks. But it takes a little bit of time to run it on the machine. It's variable because the tool itself is evolving, so you never know when it's going to take a little longer. This last pass took over 8 hours to render.
Wow. And so do you have like a secondary machine you can do that on, hopefully?
No, it's the kind of thing usually I just let it run overnight.
Okay.
And assuming it doesn't crash, which, knock on wood, it really hasn't, it's usually just ready in the morning. And then after that, it's just getting the files, which is also no small part, depending on network traffic, getting the image files up to the host so that you can see them.
Well, sweet. Well, I definitely appreciate it, and I know a lot of other people do. So big thank you. Big less than 3 for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, my pleasure. The map has always been really a fun part of the game for me, going back to the old server as well. When I first saw that Google map, I was like, wow, I love maps in general, and once you can see this thing from space, it just makes a real impact.
Well, let's get into this segment, and then we'll continue talking about Bob Mills stuff. Here we go! Journey time? Journey time?
Journey. I'm surprised you didn't play like some Journey in the background.
Some Steve Perry. So, Bob Mills, I want to ask you what kind of different projects and stuff you work on. Like you're on YouTube. You did an excellent guide called Short and Sweet that explains how to play the game, and so.
Yeah, no, it was, a long time ago, I was talking to Clyde Frog, and we both commented about how Minecraft seems to inspire one to just want to record video and share it, and, among other things. And so on my YouTube channel, which is just, it's MMILLSS, so it's Mills with an extra M and extra S. And I said, well, let me give it a try, mostly because I just wanted to capture the condition of my single-player world before it gets changed and revised. I thought it would be fun, but also because there are many Let's Play channels out there that I just are fascinating. I mean, X's Adventures is what sold me on the game in the first place. I watched the whole series in one sitting, like 8 hours of it.
Nice.
And then I bought the game. And Co's Quest is wonderful, and of course Avidya, and I mean all these other great Let's Play. And it's interesting how there's such different flavors of them too. There's some that are real project centric, and some that are just real time playing and that kind of thing. So anyway, so I was inspired to bring up some videos along those lines, and I'll keep making some of those. But somewhere along the way, I thought, I'd like to do a tutorial that kind of sums up a lot of the basics in as short a span of time. At the time, I could only do 15 minutes on YouTube, with that one restriction. Plus, anything longer than that, you got to have a real good reason to go longer than that. And so, I scripted and put together Minecraft Short and Sweet, which if you search for that on YouTube, it should come up pretty easily. And it's meant to be kind of a beginner's guide. So the one regret was that timing-wise, I released it after the update that had the squids, which introduced charcoal. So there's no mention of charcoal in the video. And I rationalize it saying, well, if we look at coal, at least you get to learn how to pillar up to get up to high coal places and things like that. So that's how I rationalize that it's okay. But no, I had fun making that.
Cool. Yeah, I find your videos with more of a scientific flavor to them. You're always trying to kind of find mechanics and how things work, and different ways of doing the same thing, and
using the fences and doing the diagonal path from one point to another.
I loved that. That was such a cool idea.
Yeah, I was using the F3 key to get two coordinates, and then connect the two. No, and a lot of that stuff isn't original to me, and I do try to reference where I saw it. It may not be the originator, but it certainly is where I saw it. But it's fun to figure that stuff out. I sympathize too. Wes was saying in an earlier show that he was trying to figure out Redstone stuff, and some stuff it's nice when it's laid out and they show you exactly how to do it, and other stuff it's fun to figure out on your own. And so, the other thing too about these Let's Plays is that even if it's something that's been done over and over again, you just never know who's going to watch it and see it and learn something from it. So I try to explain what I'm doing as I'm going along in case somebody sees something that they haven't seen before. But
very cool. Yeah. Excellent. So, any new projects you're working on?
Well, I'm actually there's a new sort of series that I'd like to try out, and that is one that I'm calling Block Tourist. And I'll have an intro video up soon. But basically, what I was going to do is visit some multiplayer servers, including and probably featuring the Shaftlands, and just do some little travel logs, just walk around and see what I can see. So I can give more information about that later in housekeeping if you'd like. But that's sort of a thing I'd like to have going along with the Mills in Minecraft series, is just kind of these little travel visits where I just go visit some server maybe I haven't been to before and wander around, see if I can explore the area and see what there is to see.
Cool. Awesome. Exciting. I like when there's videos being done on the Shaftlands. It's just cool.
Yeah, I think there was some rolling today, but I'll get to that later.
Little shenanigans.
Yeah, there's no shortage of buildings and interesting features to cover, so there's going to be a lot of Shaftland footage. And I think what will happen is that as I make those specific clips, we'll put it on the Shaft blog so that they'll all be sort of compiled there.
Yeah, perfect. Very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do my week because it's pretty short. Other than working on some Minecraft projects, video projects that I'm not really ready to announce anything really yet, but I kind of started up a YouTube channel. I deleted all my old stuff from my channel because someone last week just asked us if we had our own YouTube channels, and so I'm just kind of doing some silly stuff on that. But other than that, it's not really Minecraft related. But I did.
I have to say, real quick, I'm really pleased that you got down off that building. I was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
About-
My YouTube name is Nailhead. You can check it out there. But anyway, Friday night I did play some Minecraft on Minecraft Workbench, Minecraft WB's site or server, and played with a ton of people. Wolf and Bitburner and Welsh Pixie was there. Mosney. I don't even know who. There was a ton of people. There was streaming going on. It was crazy.
Yeah, you stood me up.
I did.
What's up with that?
Well, this is so dumb. I kept trying to connect to our server, and it kept saying it was down. But other people were like, "No, I'm on here playing." I'm like, "Well,
you went to the old server, didn't you?"
Yes, I went to the wrong server.
Oh man!
Yeah, and I was telling other people I didn't tweet it or anything, but I was like, "Hey, come to the Shaftlands, come meet, and we'll all hang out." And I was giving out the IP address.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was totally dumb.
Oh, you were giving out the wrong IP address?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that was pretty lame.
Yeah, we actually have two links that you can get to it. One's the one we've been using for a while, which is shaftlands.mc reserve without a final e.com. But there's an easier one that people can start using now. It's just the shaft.servercraft.co.
Oh.
Which is one that the host set up for us.
Okay.
To make it easier.
The shaft.servercraft with a C?
.co.
.co. I'm going to have to write that down.
Because, see, that's our sponsor, servercraft.co, who runs our server for us.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
They do a fine job.
Nice.
Well, that's really it for me.
Well, because Eric and I are talking about doing some Let's Play stuff kind of as well on the Shaftlands, but we want to take a new bent. I don't know if I should say what yet. Should we wait and say what till we get one out there?
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll wait, but
in case it changes or morphs into something weird.
Is it going to bend to the left or to the right?
To the right, to the right, to the right. Something like that. But today, while I was on there waiting for the show, I was on there with a lot of the Shaftlandians, the Shaftians, the Shafters, the Shaftolas.
Shaftlandian.
And we were having fun. So next to my house at the compound, I built this 16 by 16, 30 high water thing. Like, I went 30 up and then built a platform and then filled it with water and then took it all away. So then it all rained down, and now there's basically just this big 16 by 16, 30 high water in the air. Well, then I made a block a few above it, and I set spawn there and then told everybody to go to spawn. And so everybody started just falling in and landing in the water.
Nice.
So it was like a big pool party.
Oh, that's cool. 16 by 16, isn't that the size of a missing chunk?
Yeah. I was kind of that was kind of my idea. Is I was going to do it to the ceiling, so you just had this chunk of water all the way from floor to ceiling. But that seemed like a lot of work. So until we get tools to do stuff like that, we'll do it like this.
Yeah.
But then I just started, raining down different things on people. Tools, and it was really fun when the boat started landing, because everybody's getting on boats and they'd like shoot up on the sides and then go back down.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So that was a lot of fun. And then we went to the Nether, which with Bucket you can do now. So I went there and then just started teleporting people over. And after, 15, 20 minutes of madness there, the server crashed and died. And it happened last time we did the Nether, so we're not going to do the Nether too many times until that's solved.
Yeah.
Because it's no fun server going down and losing stuff,
And there were mobs and everything. Gas were shooting at everybody, and all that was going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like normal, except for there's two differences that I've seen so far. One is the gas shoot invisible fireballs, so they land.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, and they do damage, but you cannot see them.
Wow.
The other one is you can see the sky. Like, normally where your fog hits at the very end, it would either be foggy or you would see the netherrack. Well, you actually see the moon still going like over the sky and stars and stuff. So I don't know if they're faking the nether by doing it, just building a world with nether blocks. That kind of makes sense in a way, I guess. But then still having the gas and stuff there.
So there's definitely something hacky about it.
Yeah. But it's kind of fun getting everybody in there. It's just, you get to the nether, if you don't have anything, that you can't do anything. If you don't have a tool, well, you can't even, break anything. And then, God forbid, you go running after a ghast with bare hands.
When the ghasts fire, do they at least make a sound? Because I've noticed that the skeletons, you don't actually hear them fire. You just hear the arrow hitting.
Like,
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. I was here and my laptop here doesn't have sound, so I have no clue. Some people in chat might know. But you can always test. You just, with the new bucket system, you just do /world space nether, and it'll shoot you there. Or since you're a mod, just go build a portal and go through it. They actually work for mods.
Sweet.
So if the server crashes, I'll blame it on you now.
Nice.
See what I did there? And I've just got to say a big props to servercraft.co. They've been helping out a lot. Like, they've been sending me emails saying, hey, we had some network issues, and they're actually upgrading some network stuff for some latency issues that people might have noticed over the weekend. But they also... we've been having some crashes, and I think it's because of tomfoolery from admin spawning and doing weird stuff. Probably me. And they notice it, and they're asking us questions to try to track it down to see if they can fix it and stuff. So
that's really cool.
They're on top of everything, and I really like that. I was kind of worried about not having server level access, but now they've given me access where I can actually update some of the files if we need to and things like that. So big props, thanks guys. Besides that, we were working a deal with Audible this week, which we will get to more in listener contributions. So stay tuned for that.
Audible.
Sweet.
Audible.
And Spianzo, what would you doing this week?
I haven't been playing a whole lot of Minecraft lately, and
that's at the moment. I was like, what? There's a Minecraft ATM?
No, I'm comfortable with the Minecraft ATM. I wish it dispensed like actual paper money instead of money in block format. It's hard to use block format money in my daily life. I'm sort of uncomfortable with Minecraft at the moment, and there's a couple reasons for it. I no longer like single player Minecraft at all. It bores me. If I can only look at things that I've done, I'm bored. And if no one can look at the things that I've done, I don't know why I'm bothering doing it. Does that make sense?
Well, unless you're recording it, YouTubing it or something.
It's not the same as someone actually like going to it and seeing it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and this every once in a while I'll hop on the server and it just feels like it's completely transient. Like nothing I build is going to last in any way, shape, or form. So why should I build anything? And that's sort of my puzzle at the moment.
But why do you feel that way?
Guys' opinion on that.
But maybe you haven't been keeping track. The server's not going away. We're going to be keeping that map.
Yeah, but we're going to be keeping it. But I mean, it's going to change though, right?
Well, as people build stuff, yeah.
No, I mean, I thought there was going to be 2 maps or something like that.
Yeah, and you'll be able to just portal between the 2.
Oh, okay. So it's not going to be like one is up sometime and one is up other times?
Kind of. They're both going to be up when everything's functioning properly, right? But when things aren't functioning properly, this one will be up. So actually, this one will be up more than the other one, technically.
Okay.
Now,
and the
there
other
is
thing
a
is
chance.
go ahead.
If it doesn't work out right with the other stuff and getting this working with the other worlds and everything, then yeah, there's a possibility that this is only up when Bucket or Minecraft is foobarred. But the intention is to have them both up with the Nether, all running at the same time and being able to portal between places.
Okay. And the other thing was my last sphere, my last snow globe. When someone got in it and started messing with it, it really it was like a low blow. I don't know why, but it just made me not want to play anymore. Like someone came in and saw that I was doing this huge project and decided to mess with it, and I'm like, why do I want to deal with that on my in my leisure time? So I don't know. I'm kind of come back and play more, but it.
So is that
sort of took it out of me.
Grief or rage, something like that you're having?
It's not even rage. It's more like just ennui.
Huh. You know what you can do to spice up your single player is you can install the In Search of Diamonds mod where I follow you around and you can smack me like a piñata. So you might look into that.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense that single player loses its charm after a while, or maybe it's the kind of thing where you lose it and then you revisit it later, especially after an update or something. I know that from my point of view, I play a lot of single player, and I the letter that you read, I think last week or the week before, where somebody sent in an email talking about, you guys just talk about multiplayer. Yeah. Multiplayer is fun, and there's definitely things I enjoy about it, but I do play a lot of single player. That's why I do like Excavation Station items that involve fire and things like that. Even though, of course, that's the F word on the server, but I find that in single player, a lot of it is sort of like the process, and if you're not in that frame of mind of like the process is something that's kind of entertaining, then I can completely see that it's like, well, you know what, I don't want the process. I'm working on a task. I'm working on a goal. So I think it just depends on the kind of project that you're working on.
Well, I mean, even beyond that, the process itself is generally pretty boring to me. I think that the processes that go into Minecraft in general are fairly simplistic, and if I want to do something like that, I sort of feel like I'll go play Dwarf Fortress, where it's
just
much
a negative
more
Nancy
complex and stuff like that. I'm not trying to dog on your
negative
game,
Nancy.
No,
I understand what Bob's saying, because I was waiting for the server to let me in because we were full. There were too many people on, and so I went to start a single player, and I was actually having fun. Because my house has a big mountain above it. Not too big, but big enough for creepers to hide out. So when I come out the door, they jump down on me. So I've decided to remove that part of the map. I'm going to excavate all of that off and just have glass ceiling or whatever so I can see what's up there. But I was kind of feeling that boredom too in single player. Like I didn't really know why I wanted to play single player, but giving myself a purpose like that was it. And also working on some videos and stuff, just giving me a reason to do it. And I know what you're saying is, why should we have to make our own reasons? There should be a reason in game.
I don't have a problem with making my own reason. It's just that.
Oh, it sounds like it.
No, I don't have a problem making my own reason, because, I mean, that's what you do in multiplayer, too. It's that there's just zero inclination for me to do so in single player.
Take some screenshots, then other people can see it.
But, yeah, whatever. That's not the same. It's just not the same thing.
It's just not the same.
It feels like a lonely, boring thing in single player to me.
Like you have no friends.
Well, like normally.
Yeah.
The only friend is a pig. Yeah, you got cows and chickens.
So, is that, wow, now it brought the show down on us.
Hey, you're the one who said, hey, Spencer, you want to be on the show?
I like it, though. It's like
this off button over here on him.
I like it, though. It's a different spin. It's like, more, we're honest about what we say on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one that got all you guys playing. So, it's sort of going from me being super enthusiastic about the game to not being quite sure about it anymore. So,
right. Until a new update.
Yeah, if there's an update, are you inclined to go into single player and investigate it, or would you rather explore it in multiplayer, the update?
I have not even been to the Nether.
Wow.
I have zero inclination to play single player. It just, I have occasionally started up a world and I'll go and I'll like dig and, hey, I dug, I made a pick, and yeah, I'm bored and I quit. So.
Well, I definitely work on, depending on what I'm doing, I'll work on something else while I'm playing. I think I pretty much watched all of Buffy the Vampire Slayer while doing some strip mining, on Netflix. I just watched the entire thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Snow Globe, I watched what did I watch all of? Not Buffy. I'm still working on Buffy right now, but I watched all of the new Battlestar Galactica. And I'll never get those hours back ever.
Nice. Doogie Howser's kind of fun to watch while you're playing too.
It's a TV watcher's best friend, Minecraft.
Yeah.
What is it with you and trying to get me to watch 80s sitcoms while playing games?
Charles in charge.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, so hit that button, Eric.
Oh wait. What about Bob?
Oh,
What about Bob?
What about Bob?
Oh, I just have I have a couple of things. If Spencer, if you're all wrapped up.
Let me say one more thing. Just my new project.
Oh, the real reason he came on the show. I understand now. Let's diss Minecraft and talk about our projects.
Well, I've decided after this show that my project is going to involve Minecraft sometime this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, that'd be neat.
Single play? Doubt it. Mm-hmm.
No, not single play. Screw single play.
Maybe go to the Nether for the first time. That'd be interesting.
Okay. It's called The Daily Spencer. It is a daily YouTube show in which I play a game and talk a little bit, or sometimes like on Fridays I'm going to do something kind of different. Like this week I did a little music video to Mass Effect 2 sniper rifles as the beat.
It was very cool.
Thank you. So it's on the Dead Workers YouTube channel. So if you are a subscriber there, you will automatically see them. Or you can go to dailyspencer.blogspot.com to watch. And I am done pimping my thing now.
And that was a word from our Spencer.
And now, what about Bob?
What about Bob?
Wow, I've never heard that before. No, just kidding. I went on the Shaftlands after I made a map because there were some blocks that weren't rendering, and I was wondering what they were. It turns out it was the sandstone and the new color dye blocks. And since then, I've made a new map. But while I was on there, I spent some time hiding in Izzy von Schmizzy's house. I'm still not used to hostile mobs in SMP, and the timing on trying to kill creepers it just baffles me. They just always seem to explode. As I was leaving Izzy's house, I turned around to close the door, and there was a creeper like right there. And actually, that's the thing I'm most afraid of, is that I'm going to blow up the corner of someone's house. I mean, if I'm off in the wilderness somewhere and create a crater, well, I know that Wes will come later and fill that crater for me.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
Well, I have something that'll help you out there, Bob. I turned off creeper damage on items. It'll still hurt you, but it won't hurt the buildings.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That's definitely good to know, because I just can't get that timing right with the sword and the lag, the just sort of natural lag that happens with damage. So anyway, it occurred to me that it is certainly handy when there are homes that have well-lit off-the-ground areas so that you can hide at night. So I'm doing a lot of cowering. Along those lines, in some of my buildings, I've started spider-proofing, because spiders I just hate even more than creepers now. Now that they can climb walls.
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird that they couldn't climb walls.
Oh, yeah, to begin with? Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing worse than you think...
What?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just razzing old Spencer there. I said something else Spencer hates. Let's move on.
You think you have a house spider-proofed, and then next thing you hear that sound, and you're just, where did you come from? And so a lot of spider-proofing going on. I also,
what goes into spider-proofing exactly?
Well, the quick version that I doled out was to just build like a ledge that overhangs the wall on the outer portion, so that they can't climb any further. So they
so there's
top
not
out
like some special raid block or something that you spray around, and it
maybe
kills
an electric fence or something. Maybe like a bug killer. That would be a good excavation station item. Maybe.
Zapper.
But no, it's just creating a rather ugly, to be honest, overhang on the outside wall so that they can't like climb up and into them. So I'll have to figure out something better, something that looks nicer than that. The other thing, I filmed a clip, but I haven't put it out yet, where I was just testing to see if redstone can be used to stop mob spawners instead of just regular torches. And spoiler alert, you can't. They still spawn. But I was hoping to put it on a switch so that I could flip a switch, spawn mobs, flip a switch, turn it off. So that was new to me. I'll have to come up with another plan because I have a spider spawner, which I'm glad I have because the string seems to be the hardest thing to get out of like mob grinders and things like that. So I'm going to try to build a spider trap, a water trap at some point.
Now torches will stop a spawner, right?
Yeah, 2 torches is enough to stop a spawner, 2 regular torches. So I think I'm just going to have a block nearby so that I can walk out on a little gangplank, put a couple torches, shut the thing down. But I'll be like in danger while I'm doing it. So I'll have to figure out how to make that happen.
Will redstone torches stop them?
No, that's what I tested. I think I had like 6 torches around it, one right after another, and they just kept spawning. It's kind of cool because the little graphic guy, now that he's back inside the spawner, for a while he wasn't there, the little animated character, he spins up faster and faster and faster before the spawn happens. So you can tell that you put a torch down and you see him spinning faster, and you're like, oh, this isn't going to work. But
I wonder if you could do something with like dropping sand or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I know that around the time that the Nether was introduced, there were a number of people that had some sand-type kill things for ghasts so that you could drop columns of sand down onto ghasts in case they spawn. But maybe you could do something like that with the spiders as well. Then the other thing I did was I built another monster trap on an SMP server. It's actually a server that I set up for some guys at work and that I play on, and I wanted to test it out there before I build it somewhere else. It's and I hope I get the name right, but it is Kirshar. Does that sound right? Kirshar? He has some really good videos on YouTube, and this one is called Practical Monster Trap for SMP PvP. And have you guys seen that?
No.
I haven't.
It's a traditional monster grinder in that it has trenches and it has water that flows and it directs people to the lava trap, or as he says in the video, a lava blade, which sounds a lot cooler because it sounds like ninja blade.
Nice.
So the lava blade is the thing that kills him, and then what? But the thing that's the reason he says it's ideal for PvP, and again, I don't play PvP much, so you guys can let me know if you think this is a good benefit, is that it only takes 5 blocks high. You can build it in a space that's only 5 blocks high, so it's fairly small because the water is just sitting on top. It actually flows, but it's only sitting on top. There's no drop to it. So I don't know if that makes it easier, or I'm sorry, makes it harder to find, something like that. But it's. I don't. Would you build? Have you built a mob grinder in an SMP or in PvP?
I never have.
I was playing around with one for the pigs around Spawn Island, where I wanted the pigs to jump down the water and then come down and grind up from drowning. But work got too busy around Spawn that I never really finished it, though.
So it's like a pork chop factory.
Yeah.
It's suddenly much sadder once you call it the pig drowning area. It suddenly becomes much more depressing.
It takes a dark turn. Well, but yeah, that video is really useful. If nothing else, there is a way that you can get items to come to you, because obviously after you kill the guy, they drop loot, and then the loot has to float to you. And it makes use of that weird Southwest rule where the water transitions from one corner of a water block to another corner of a water block. And it's just really clever. So you should definitely check that out. And then the last thing was, and this is the last thing on my journeys, was just the map. And actually, I've already talked about the map a little bit, but I do want to mention that if you look at the second post in the forums, I do mention a couple things about how you can get your signs to appear on the map. There are some special characters that if you begin and end your sign with a hyphen, an exclamation point, a tilde, or an equal sign, then the map will show up on the Google map. So that's a good way to mark some features. And there's a second new feature that is called a Locator Feature, and you can tack on some extra code to the URL, and it allows you to zoom in on and zero in on a feature in the map. using XYZ coordinates.
Oh, sweet.
So it's basically like an argument you put, like, you can see it in the post, so I won't go through it here, but you can basically say, show me spot, 85, 204, and zoom level 3. And if you click on that link, it just loads the map, boom, right on that spot. So that's a really good way to show people, here's where I am, or here's where I want to build. You just give them the URL, they click it, and it just takes them right there. And then, of course, you can zoom out from that point, and then you can see where you are in the world.
Well, that's some cool stuff. Excellent. All
And that's
stuff
it.
I have never really looked into, so that's all awesome stuff to know. Well, cool, man. Are you ready? Are you ready
Are you
for
ready?
something
Press
we
that
like
button, Eric
to-
Fullerton.
Excavation Station.
That's right.
I can't seem to log in today.
And we are going to start off with who has the coolest idea this week?
Mine was on Reddit, so it must be pretty cool.
I mean, must be.
It was on the Shaft Reddit. If you've seen that.
And what would that awesome idea be?
Pipes. Now, this I kind of thought of this from a couple other ones I saw, so I'll go over those first. Creative 62 had pumps to pump water out of rooms, so it'd be easier to build underground chambers. And then Anviance had barrels for storing liquids. And so I thought how cool it'd be to have pipes where you could run the water between these things and connect up a pump to pump water out of somewhere or into somewhere, maybe some irrigation or things like that. And then even with redstone, you could pump it in and out, using redstone maybe so it goes in and out and you just want it for a certain amount of time or something like that. I don't know.
I think that's an awesome idea. So the pipe itself would probably be one block, right? And the graphic would just have like a circle or a tube.
Like a square? Like it'd be a smaller.
Yeah, I mean it would still have to be a
cube,
square, but yeah, like a color gradient or something, making it look round. I don't know, but that's really cool because I mean you could anybody could just tap off of that line and take it to their house, and they have running water now. They can do whatever they want with it. That's cool.
Take showers.
Yeah, little hot tub action. Yeah.
Anyway, that was it for me.
I like that.
That definitely opens up the possibility of using water for power also. If you can pipe it and run it through a water wheel or something, that would be a really nice source of power.
And with all the talks about toilets and poop blocks and stuff, you can have running
some way to get rid of them safely.
Yeah, sewers. Anyway, so Bob, you have a nice list of stuff here.
Yes, and I'm sure it's been mentioned in a couple of places, but these are things that I've been thinking about. A long time ago, I posted in the other forums about bats. I thought bats would be a cool neutral mob that they're only in complete darkness. You just stumble upon them. You can see red eyes in the darkness, so you get scared a little bit that they might be spiders, but they're just bats. And as long as you keep the cave that they're in completely dark, they'll continue to live there. If you light it up even just a little bit over time, they'll just sort of migrate away and they'll never come back. So you need to keep that room dark to keep the bats if you want to keep them. So of course that means there's constant danger there that you might have other mobs spawning.
Can I tell you what I don't like about this idea?
Of course.
I've been planning on starting a crime spree on the Minecraft server, and as soon as there's bats, there's going to be Batmen.
Nice.
And
Anyway,
Well, that sounds like a positive to me.
I've already seen Batman a few times on the server, though.
yeah.
So maybe
Comes and
there
goes.
are bats.
I love
Of
that.
course, the real reason to have bats, of course, is because they drop
Poop.
What do they
Poop
drop?
bugs.
There you go. I'm going to try to go the whole show without saying those words. So.
Right. So use the proper word, guano.
That's right. I put guano in the notes. So yes, they have a drop that you can use for, I don't know, who knows, whatever kind of fuel type purposes. So
Fuel. So you don't eat the guano, right?
no, I mean, unless you fry it first.
maybe plus some bread and some ham, and then what you do on your own time is your business. Yeah.
Maybe you could get a cup and two girls.
Oh my God.
Okay, so this next one on the list here. I like this
and
one.
then the next one, it comes up, seems every week that comes up with some sort of transportation system. And I thought if the mechanic was more along the lines of a cable car like you have in San Francisco, where there's basically, for those who don't know, it's just a cable that is constantly moving, and then the car itself clamps onto it and then starts rolling. And I know that there are ways that you can build minecarts that are constantly, moving as well, but they stop, right? They stop when you hit another player or when you hit a
Really,
chicken
anything.
or something. It just
Right.
stops. So a cable car would just blow right through. In other words, if you get hit by a cable car, you'll take some damage, but it keeps going. It's a motorized cart that just keeps moving, and maybe you can use a special block to determine what direction it's going to go in or something. So it's just kind of a real Mickey Mouse way of doing it, but it would be consistent and reliable. So I just kind of thought that would be handy.
That's cool.
There was an old video that had a way of having minecarts that go into like a reservoir of water, and it has like 6 or 7 minecarts, and they're slowly getting pushed out onto the track. That kind of has the same effect, where you can constantly keep carts moving in a big loop if you want, but it's still clunky. Like with all things with minecarts, it's kind of clunky and cumbersome. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
the next one that I had on here that I've been thinking about lately are bees. If we could have bees that naturally occur in trees randomly,
Yeah.
As they do in real life.
as they do in real life. And, the hives would look awfully cute. You could just imagine them hanging there on the tree. And then, of course, you hear the buzz sound. And if you harvest it, if you hit it once, maybe you'll take some damage because they're going to sting you or whatever. But you get honey from it. If you destroy the hive, you get honeycombs or beeswax or whatever. And you can use those to build and craft your own hives back at a farm. So you can have an apiary. And then, of course, this introduces the possibility of honey glazed ham.
Hey, now you're talking.
You know what? I would take it a step further, and I would want to add cell phones into the game so that we could then make the bees go extinct.
And also, then the bears would go after the honey, because we'll have bears too at this point.
Bears, nice. And then you'd have to have picnic baskets.
Hey, boo-boo.
So Redstone cell towers, I think, are on the horizon then for that.
Yeah, right.
And then I thought you could use honey, if you just use it as like a snowball and you throw honey, you could use it maybe to distract or attract a mob. You throw honey, because I'm thinking of that whole, attract flies with honey kind of analogy there. So,
Or maybe you throw the honey on someone else so the mobs go after them instead of you.
Sure. Like you throw a honey ball at someone and then they're suddenly swarmed by bears.
yeah, exactly.
Like all quick, like, "Rrr," and they're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, because everyone knows
Just
that
out of the
bears
ground.
are excellent burrowers.
A bear coming out of the ground? That's creepy.
Like just picturing what he was saying, just all suddenly, like you throw honey on him, just like 4 bears pop out of the ground around him, "Rrr," kill him, and then run. You don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
One of them
What
has
was
a
that?
sniper rifle.
That's awesome.
This is the honey bears,
On a bear.
just on our server.
These are all
like
really
it.
cool ideas. I like
You know what
these a
else
lot.
we need? Cheerios.
I want to hear about the ice cream creepers.
The ice creepers, I was thinking
ice
about
cream.
ice creepers.
I thought they'd like walk around playing like the the old ice cream truck song, and then blow up on you and like ice cream everywhere.
Ding, 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 ding.
But I read that wrong. It's ice creepers.
Da-da, 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 and they drive around. And yes, ice creepers. Other places have mentioned ice caves, which I just love caving in the game. And of course, ice caves and ice biomes would be nice. But I kind of thought it would be cool if you happened upon a block of ice that had this little guy in it that looks kind of like a cross between a penguin and a creeper and a ghast. Maybe they're red, but they're frozen in this block of ice.
Ooh.
And if you have torchlight in the vicinity, it'll start warming them up. It'll start melting the ice, and it'll release the little guys. And
Wait. They've been frozen in ice. That means they're prehistoric. That means they need to be big, like big prehistoric ice creepers.
I like the idea. It's sort of charming, this idea that something so cute and little can cause so much damage if you get too close to them. I kind of like that idea.
I like that too.
And of course, if one is free, it might attack you, but it also might start looking for one of its cohorts, because the main attack it has is it flares up with heat, so that melts another ice block. So you could then suddenly have 2 ice creepers around, and then 3, and then 4, and suddenly you have a swarm of ice creepers.
Holy crap.
Can I combine some of your ideas here and
Please.
just ask,
Voltron.
how would the ice creepers react to honey?
Well, I think that maybe that is like Ice Creeper Bane. It's like maybe you throw it at them and they just get all gummed up and they turn into some innocuous thing like a bear.
Yeah, and then the bears come up and
Wait.
Rawr!
Bears are innocuous?
Yeah,
You, sir, have crossed a line.
They're simple, little, pleasant creatures.
That come out of the ground suddenly with no remorse.
I kind of like this thought of a lot of creepers, kind of small ones appearing that then start triggering off this like chain reaction that basically gets you down to lava. I mean, you'd probably be dead anyway, but all of a sudden it's blowing out all the blocks underneath you or something.
Oh yeah.
There's
If there's like more of them together, then they generate more heat and can melt like harder to melt blocks.
Oh yeah, or maybe they do something where they don't harm you, but just harm the block, so it does like blow up a crater underneath you.
As they walk by, any sand in the vicinity sort of starts turning into glass, and just I don't know, they just start doing weird things that you have to really think about whether you want to unleash them or not.
Like sending
like
you
that.
messages, little private tells. I love you. Thanks for
And they
coming
get
and
cell
freeing
phones and
me.
start sending you like dirty text messages that no one should ever see.
Oh, you're bringing back some memories
It's
now.
like I can't wait. I can't wait till I grow up so I can beep.
So if you-
in the beep. and then
What's
beep.
going on? What's going on over there, Eric? You're not allowed to do that. Click the button.
Are we going? Are we heading?
Well, there's some call-in, right?
Let's see what this one is.
Hello, it's Spike from NM5 here. I had an idea for a new type of water, essentially swamp water. It would be green, and it would attract mobs, though seeing as it's swamp water, mobs would sink into it and die by drowning. Though this, strangely enough, wouldn't affect the player. It would also make it useful for mob grinders as such. This water would also allow mushrooms and toadstools to grow alongside of it, so long as there is mud nearby. So yeah, see you on the Shaftlands.
Swamp water is the best.
The best, the best, the best, the best, the best. What's the pirate have to say about that?
So what do you think about that?
Oh,
So I think,
Oh god. He turned the pirate on.
why did you do that?
I turned it off.
Okay.
Okay, so
New
I like the idea. The thing is, I like a drink called swamp water, and so I was immediately thinking about that. So
and
I
oddly
think there
enough,
should
it
be
has
more
bad
alcohol
guano in it.
beverages.
Yeah, it does have guano in it.
You know, honey, you can make mead, right, with honey. So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yeah, isn't
I
that,
didn't realize
isn't
but
that what
you would
mead's
also
made?
need to add like a bacteria block.
We
There's
got
no
that.
bacteria in Minecraft.
All right, in the guano blocks.
in the swamp water. That's where the bacteria is.
Oh, gross.
Water. Yeah, or poop blocks. You can scrape it off like the bacteria.
I like where this is going with everything being gross from here on out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, somehow you do this to the podcast every time, Spencer. I think it's the hate and rage that comes in the earlier sections that filter out through the end of the show and make us talk about poop incessantly. It's all you.
That's a pretty good accurate
So
summary.
read the next one, Spencer.
The next one, I don't have it queued up here. Yeah, I do. Gotta echoes. You could hear the echo of a zombie a bit far in a cave.
So these are kind of the ones, I shrink down into. But echoes.
Illegible
in general,
things that make no sense
Just
anymore.
in
Good
general,
job.
think about echoes. Like, what would you think about echoes in the game, having that functionality?
I think that's cool. It's basically like one of the what is it called? Environmental effects that are supported by different sound cards. You
Yeah.
can just turn on or off or whatever. A lot of
So
games
you just
have
want
them.
EAX in the game, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And that's. I think that's pretty cool, but I would rather have a lot of other sound things before that.
And we'll get to sound things in the next episode, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
we got some extra special
yeah.
news.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
we ain't
coming
gonna
later.
tell you yet.
So this next one here is from Mad Mommy. She wants sandwiches. The pros would be easier to carry, and instead of having bread and meat and bread in your inventory, you would just have a sandwich that was made of that bread, meat, and bread. You wouldn't get as much health as eating all three separately, but you'd get maybe close to that. So
That is a delicious idea.
Yum yums. I like that.
Bob, you want to read this next one?
Sure. It's Tlangsford. Tlangsford wants a bicycle.
I don't want a bicycle.
Now, if he's actually
Bicycle.
reading what it was in here, it just says T. Langsford bicycle.
I might have forgotten to pay something and they're not sure. But,
Let me elaborate. T. Langsford wants a bicycle.
like, do you need any more explanation though, right? It's a bicycle. Get around on pedaling.
And it would be good for the postman.
You'd
or
get some
something.
exercise. Maybe your avatar would shrink a little.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see?
What?
I want to see creepers on bicycles.
Wait,
With a little bell. Bling, bling.
Wait, you wouldn't shrink.
Bling, bling.
You wouldn't shrink either. You would actually beef up, right?
How about
You're like,
how about a creeper on a bicycle with like a spider in the little cart or the little basket?
Is that?
On fire.
And they're
Or
just
you know, you
chasing
could just keep your sandwiches in the basket.
chasing you, and then you throw honey on them, and bears come out and eat them. Rawr!
And then they leave poop blocks.
Yes.
All right.
I think if you're going to put a creeper on anything, it needs to be a unicycle. That might be more entertaining.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Or on stilts. A creeper on stilts? Huh? No.
Wait, what are those old bicycles from the 20s? It's like the front wheel's huge and the back wheel's tiny. You know what I'm talking about? You see me like carnivals?
Yeah, like an old timey like giant bicycle thing.
Yeah, that's the kind of bike I can see being in Minecraft. Not just your standard.
Yeah, I don't see a
BMX.
creeper riding one of those though.
Like the big wheel and the small wheel.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome.
With the monocle. Well, I mean, we've got the mod for
the
that. What's
monocle
that
and the
called?
top hat. Yeah.
I could see a pig riding one of those.
Yeah. Well, this next one here
So
sounds
happy I could ride
really.
Eric. Is
this-
that the pig singing?
Yeah. Ready for this? This one's scary.
I'm ready.
Hey guys, this is Calvin Whitaker with an idea for the Excavation Station. I like your poop block idea, but what I'm thinking is animals drop poop balls, and like in your little 2x2 crafting space, you would put poop balls in each space, and then you could craft a poop block. And you could also like throw poop balls. That'd be funny. Okay, bye.
I'm going to do like the old gladiator ring. I've been watching too much Spartacus. Bing! Anything that has poop and balls in the same sentence, I'm a for. Wait, we can't really talk like that, can we? But
So,
You know what?
I don't even know what
I
to
am
say.
not going to put poop into my crafting station. I know that it doesn't leave a residue, although maybe that's something that should be added to Minecraft, residue. But
just in general, residue.
just in general.
You open up your crafting table, have a little residue. Sure. Why not?
But I know it doesn't leave like residue, but I would know that poop had been there.
A little dust.
yeah. You use the bucket to pick it up?
Now, would it be like a residue block?
No, I'm thinking
Like, is
the
that too
bucket.
big?
The bucket.
You're
we lose
thinking
Bob
too,
in there.
too much about this.
Did we lose
I don't
Bob
know.
here?
Yeah. Oh, we might have lost Bob, or he disconnected because we were talking about poop balls. I don't know. Go
I
ahead and
think
try to
it's
get him up, and I'll read the next one. We got
No,
one.
I'm still here.
Oh,
Yay,
you're still
Bob's
here?
still here.
Okay. Well, so what do you think about poop balls?
You're gonna make me say the word, aren't you?
Hey, what rhymes with whoop? Like you can't think of anything else, can you? Just
Shoop to whoop.
shoop up poop blocks. God, I can't get out of my head.
The residue, it's kind of like when you season a wok, you know, it adds flavor to the meal that you're making. And if you have that material on your craft bench, it just makes things
I'm
better.
totally stir frying tonight.
I
It's gonna be awesome.
love where this is going. This is good stuff.
Well, you know who else loves where this is going? Edel Sermon. Edel Sermon wants the ability to dock and or anchor boats. No more chasing your boat. Not here. No, sir.
now that's good. I like
a good
that.
idea.
I really like that. That's a common problem is this sucker just floating away.
Yeah,
And
and
so-
you know what you could use to anchor it?
Poop.
A really sticky poop block. Just-
And I think maybe the anchor block, when you throw it, maybe it could only go 2 blocks. So you couldn't anchor it like in like the middle of the ocean. You could only anchor it like closer in.
Oh, yeah, you could. Except you could like pull your boat underwater and drown.
Oh
because you-
yeah, squid grabs it.
Maybe so you could essentially make a buoy. Is that what it's called? A buoy. Buoy?
I'm a
David Bowie.
I'm a squid.
And you could just have it kind of floating in the middle of an ocean somewhere and dock a boat to it or something. And Brent's doing squid face. That's awesome. Well, that's pretty good. What about Midge 1? who says they want a photo book that you could store screenshots in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had one of those game social networking things that worked right. So
this is in game.
Yeah, it would be in game.
So you can see your screenshots in game. Like that.
Didn't
Put it in the bookshelves?
Was it like Sims 3 or somebody tried that once where it was in game?
Sims 3 did.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I didn't really play much of Sims 3, but I don't see why this would be a bad idea. People always want to show off their stuff, especially if it's in game. You don't have to go out of the game and go, hey, go to my website and check out my pictures. Blah. Or you can just go to somebody's house.
That's not usually the best way to act.
Go to @Brent Copeland on Twitter and see my pictures.
but actually take it a step further and allow you to remove pages from your guest book and put them on the wall, so you could have your own photos, pictures.
I like where
just post them at Minecraft.net. I think, wasn't it Dragon Age that did that too, where you can do screen grabs and then post it up onto the whatever website they had? I think you could do that.
Really ended up embarrassing me since my character was naked the whole game.
Ooh.
Nice. Well, then.
So.
Pack Rat.
Thanks for killing it, sir. Thanks
Pack
for killing
Rat.
it. Thanks for killing it. Here we go.
Hey there, Shaft Trio. This is Packrat0013 here with a suggestion for your excavation station. One of the things that has always driven me crazy about the game since I started playing back in September is the dangers that are associated with mining. Now, I know that you do have some dangers, like there is cave-ins from the gravel sometimes, and you can hit lava randomly, and I suppose if you dug down, you can drop to your death. But these things, there's a huge part of mining that has been completely eliminated from the game. Just think of the miner's canary, the iconic symbol of mining. Outside the hard hat itself, it's one of the things that a lot of people will think about, and that's only come into play because canaries were there because of the dangers of gases in mining. And one thing that you've never seen anywhere in the game, now, by the way, I'm not saying put in canaries, I could care less about that, but I would like to see gases put into the game. I've never understood why it wasn't always there. What I don't mean is simple little floaty blocks that will go up to the surface. I think that would just be kind of stupid. That doesn't sound dangerous to me at all. I'd like to see pressurized gases, something that is actually dangerous, something that you can't really see that well. I mean, like maybe some wavy lines, something like that, but you can hear. I really think that would be interesting. Something you'd have to be listening for as you're going through. And it's something that, if you're talking pressurized gas, like a pressurized methane, that's something that you can take and you can pipe and you can turn into things. Just think of what you could do with gases in the game. Well, anyways, I fleshed out a really good idea, and I'm going to include the link. I'm just going to hope that you guys like it as much as I do, and I'm hoping somebody down the line, somewhere connected with the game, can really incorporate this in, because I would love to see it. So that's it for me. I love the show, and just keep up the good work. See ya.
I know I've got my canary sitting right here on my shoulder now.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. When you let the poop blocks out, those
Methane.
explosive gases need to come out as well.
Yeah. And he was talking about piping it too. That just gives pipes another reason to exist. Gases, liquids, whatever.
What would that look like? I mean, would it just be like a distortion, like a heat wave type distortion, or would it have some color to it, or what would that look like?
Well, it could act like humidity or something where it's invisible, but you see what it affects on blocks. Like if there's an area where it's darker or rusty or muddy or something like that, you can assume that there's some sort of gas there. But then you would need some sort of gas detector to tell you what you found. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'm wondering if you could even get the gases, if it's a block behind a block and you're digging and you uncover it, it's just going to, blow up, right? I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting here.
I don't know how it would combust. I think you would need something to make it happen, like a lighter. Like, what if you lit something on fire within the vicinity of explosive gas? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like all those torches you put on the walls to get around in the
exactly, a torch would
cave.
ignite something. Yeah. And then
or a redstone fuse of some kind.
Yeah.
I just think we need more Chileans. That would make it more realistic in the mines.
Chilean.
What would you do if you like dug down
Canary.
and found a big hole, and then you got down there and there were a bunch of Chileans down in your Minecraft mine?
Chilean canary.
Like, would you give them an iPod?
An iPod?
That's
to listen
coming
to
next
the show?
episode. We'll talk about that later.
Nice.
But yeah, I think gases is good.
Yeah.
More blocks.
It's a little complicated, but so is redstone. I think gases might be a little less complicated, really, than redstone. So,
Well, and I think you could have it in. I know he was saying not a block form, but I think you can, have a block that, just like water's technically a block. Have some sort of block like that. And if you don't extinguish the torch in time, it could blow up or something.
Yeah. That's
when you
pretty
see it. But you need some way to harvest it. To refine it. And, Orphan Didgeridoo wants ice skates.
Orphan Didgeridoo. That's an awesome name.
Yes.
So ice skates.
I guess you could move faster on ice.
Yeah.
Do some figure eights.
Could you maybe skate on the ice, and wherever you tread, it actually carves the ice so that you can drop entire chunks of ice?
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like the idea of tracks. A couple episodes ago, we were talking about leaving footprints and sand and stuff like that, so you could track people.
Yeah.
But ice skates would be cool if it could draw lines that only last so long and then they disappear, or whatever the memory requirements are for making that happen.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. But if the line is too dark, if you keep skating over the same line, it will break, and fall.
It's a whole new kind of spleef match right there.
Yeah. That's neat. I like that. Astragali, he says he wants the mailbox. We discussed in previous episode to go both ways, so you could mail things to other players. Wait a minute, is that different than what we discussed?
I think the one I was talking about was basically you have a box at your house and you would come and drop something off to them, right? And it would stay there. So
Right.
it wasn't a back and forth. So that makes more sense to have a normal back and forth mailbox thing.
Yeah, with the little postman
Stuff.
on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Communist Banana
Yeah.
says should be able to climb through leaves on a tree.
What? I don't get it.
I think passing through foliage. I kind of disagree. I like that it's a solid block. I mean, otherwise you're only standing on wood, and then you can't really stand on a tree. You're just standing on a wooden,
And if
post.
you fail that climb check and you're more than 20 feet up, you're going to be taking some damage.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But you
Would
can
roll a d20?
I wouldn't. I mean, do you sit there with your game and like roll a d20, and if you fail, jump off and cause yourself damage?
Yeah, something like that.
That's really
I do that in
weird.
life.
Maybe that's why you don't like single player.
Yeah.
Leave the dice out of it. That's all I'm saying.
But I think if we had different kinds of foliage or trees, or leaves, one that's pass throughable, one that's not, give us some more variety. Because we got more variety in trees, we just didn't get any leaf variety.
Yeah, and I think this kind of falls in that how realistic do we want Minecraft to get?
Yeah.
Very realistic.
Okay, so Hotech says, thinks that you should be able to use a record to save sounds from note blocks on it. Then you could later be played in a record player.
That's cool.
We'll save that one for the next week. No, we already read it. Too late.
Yeah, that's really neat. You could really set up your own recording studio in game. Record your stuff, pass it out, distribute it, give it to the mailman, and he'll bike it on over to the other houses and drop
With a
records.
creeper in the basket.
Yeah.
Playing the Ice Cream Man song.
Ice cream man with a honey-coated
making you poop blocks.
bear in the back, whatever.
That was a verb too, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Record players can't be triggered to do something, can they? Has anybody ever
With Redstone?
in Redstone? Yeah.
I've never tried it.
I don't think so, because you just throw the record in there and it starts playing automatically. Now it does end, so I guess if you had Redstone, maybe you could try seeing if you could trigger it to restart. Right now, there's a bug on SMP where you get the record out and it spits 2 out, but I think it's just a visual bug. I'm not sure.
Right, so you could record a song on a record, hook it up to a pressure plate. Somebody walks in and it plays a jaunty little tune,
or a shanty,
or records them walking around your house. So later you can listen to it and go, "There was someone walking around my house."
Wow, that's creepy.
And then they leave you a little message, in your mailbox.
Well, these are cool. Should we save the rest? Should we move it on?
Let's save the rest because there's looks like
Always-
70 more there.
Always an endless supply here.
So that leads us to something else that's not weekly, it's not monthly, it is not yearly, but it is
From the Minecraft Daily, news and updates.
in the news. So apparently people don't like that we say daily there.
Yeah, it's called Minecraft Daily, but
It's like a daily paper.
yeah. But we only read you a page from the daily weekly.
We save it up, every day, and we give you back multiple days in one day.
Yeah.
Minecraft news never sleeps.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Monday through Saturday, that gets used up in the bathroom, I guess, when we're out of... Okay, so what was the news we have here? Team Mojang? I forgot how to say it again. Mojang. So they had a video of new blocks. A demonstration, basically, of the new Redstone repeater block. And that's going to hopefully appear in Minecraft Beta 1.3. And it's pretty neat. There's like micro switches on the block themselves, and it's like a half block.
And directional.
Or stone slab. And they're directional. It's really cool. I mean, it's directional in the sense that you can change the direction. You use it as a delay to hold your signal for however many times, especially for making songs and stuff. So that would be your rests.
If I saw it correctly on the video, it's like the block itself has an arrow, almost like I guess it's a diode, isn't it? A symbol for a diode. Mm-hmm. And so the signal goes in on one end of the arrow and it points to where it exits, and then there's those 2 levers on top, and depending on how far apart those 2 levers are, it determines the delay, either no delay, or I think it's 3 steps, and it delays the signal on the output. So it's a pretty clever design.
Yeah, that's really cool. I really like the visuals of it too. I mean, they had one part of towards the end of the video, they had a whole row of these just lined up, and they had a clock running power to them, and they're all blinking, almost like it looked like a sign in Las Vegas or something. With the what's it called, a chaser light? Mm-hmm. When light bulbs kind of chase around a shape or something. Look really cool. Look like you can make some impressive, maybe an airport or something, with the runway lights coming in, and so I mean visually it's cool, but also it's really used to pass power between,
And this is one of the things that they're planning to get out in 1.3, hopefully sometime early mid week next week.
Yeah.
Which another one of his favorite things he says coming out in it are beds. Hopefully,
yeah, beds is pretty interesting. It basically you'll be able to sleep through the night, and then when you wake up,
what, in single player?
They didn't actually specify in the article. I mean, if they did, it was I didn't catch that reference or whatever. But when you wake up the next day. Yeah, I guess it couldn't be in multiplayer. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense. Anyway, so when you wake up, that's your new spawn point, is your bed. Isn't it cool?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
So I think the article broke it down into phase 1 and phase 2, and that phase 1 would be that shrinking of the night so that you would wake up at dawn, mm-hmm. and then phase 2 would be that new spawn point component. So it might be 2 separate updates for those 2 functions. I'm not sure.
You know what I'd like to see them do instead of that? Yeah, I know. Is to have the sleep thing for the night thing, but make a new block, the doormat, the welcome mat that you put on a block, and that's your new spawn point when you place that down. and it says welcome, and it goes on top of the block.
I like that.
Yeah.
They may not have welcome mats in Sweden. You might be being a little bit.
They maybe like Flörndekong mats.
Välkommen.
I didn't know you knew Swedish.
Oh, yeah. Notch
cool.
has been teaching me. We have our private one-on-one sessions.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
Do the beds heal you? Was there? I don't remember it saying if you get any health benefit from a good night's rest.
Only if you stroke them.
No, I didn't see anything about that either. I would hope so.
Stroke.
Stroke me.
Also in the news.
There's also in the update, there's going to be a newly designed window, looks slightly prettier. Has an HTML page showing the updates in the latest patch. It'll also have the are you ready for the patch? Not yet or yes. It's only going to download the modified files, and the logging is going to be done over HTTPS. Secure stuff there.
Oh, finally. I like the not yet or yes, basically, do you want to update or not? That's cool. I wonder how nice looking the update launcher will look like.
He put out a window a while back, but I wonder if it's been, upgraded a bit since then. He probably got a lot of feedback since then. And
are you talking about the leak? He leaked the launcher this week from his Twitter.
I thought it was like a few weeks ago that he had it posted like on his Twitter or something.
There was a screen grab of some kind weeks ago. But then, Eric, what you're talking about was he actually leaked code of what the launcher would be like, and he tweeted that it would require some technical know-how to implement. I haven't seen any screenshots of that particular component.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just decided to really just wait a few more days and get the final one to talk about. Just I don't want to break anything, and
Now, here's something that you're going to like, Eric, and maybe they heard the show. They're going to give you the ability to choose what directory to load your levels from.
Yeah.
So maybe they mentioned it might be fun to play against your Dropbox directory.
That's perfect. That's really cool.
So, yeah.
Huh.
Awesome. Can't wait for the patch. The release.
Yeah, that'll be 1.3. Also, there's going to be a very fun weekend of streaming of Minecraft craziness. This is called the Weekend of Minecraft, and you can check out the website here is weekendofminecraft.net. And from today, it looks like it's 33 days away. And basically what's happening is people watched the Machinima Realm stream and really got into it and was like, well, we should do this again. We should have a streaming event where all of our, favorite LPers and Minecrafters and Minecraft celebrities or whatever, what if we all had a weekend and just streamed and maybe took turns and just made it a huge, long event. It's almost like a virtual convention. And so that's happening. Is it Mike Lee or Mick Lee? Is heading up this, and you go to the website and see he's probably gonna have a list of people. I mean, the schedule will be there. This is still under development, but this is gonna be really fun. It's just gonna be a big marathon of all just Minecraft. It's gonna be crazy.
And we've signed up
every weekend a weekend of Minecraft.
Not like this, baby. Not like this. This is gonna be awesome.
This does remind me. I'm gonna be at PAX East in March. And I was wondering if there's any interest in having a Shaftlandians get together.
Do you want to get your Steam ID out there too, and maybe an Amazon link or something?
No, this is just completely off the cuff here, Brent. You dick.
Amazon link, like affiliate.
No. I mean, is there any? Do you think there would be any interest in having just a little get together at PAX? That's just the question.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be.
If there is, let me know. You can get in touch with me through my Amazon.com page.
Yes.
Yes.
You can get a hold of Spencer through his Twitter, I guess. You could tweet to him.
Or on the Shaftlands forums, too.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a better place.
Yeah, but yeah, we've signed up for a day of the Weekend of Minecraft. Well, I say day. Sometime on one day, and we might actually get more time. I don't know. We've basically said we'll do more. Whatever. We want to be involved.
Definitely.
And if I read correctly on the info page, it said also that anybody could send like a video response, and then they'll choose people also to participate. So I guess it's something that you can like enter to possibly participate in the weekend itself. So
Oh, cool.
That's right.
That's kind of what they did on the Machinima one, though.
yeah.
And last but not least, we've got some news of some upcoming guests. We went ahead and we've scheduled a few guests out into the future. And so we want to go ahead and talk about that next Saturday. Or should we do that one last? We'll do that one last. Not saying it's any more important than any other one. Just saying. But on the 13th, no, I can't do it last because I got to do it in order. Okay, so next Saturday, we're going to stream on Saturday instead of Sunday, and it's because we had to make some time for someone who's not in the U.S. They're overseas. I think Germany or...
On the moon, I think.
Maybe the moon. But so C418 is going to be live with us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So we're really happy about that. And get your questions on Reddit forum. Just put in there, like C4 or wait, yeah.
Should we say C418? Well, by the way, C418 is the guy who does all the music for the game.
I would assume people would all know that, but you're right. There may be a lot of people who don't know that, like Spencer. And so get your questions ready for that. We'll be asking him everything on the moon that we can get to.
And it's music and sound effects, right? Didn't he do the sound effects too?
Well, that's what Eric and I were talking about before. We weren't exactly sure if he did all the sound effects, or we had heard something about that Notch had put some in from something or other.
Like freesound.org or something.
But that's what we want to ask him and get and figure out exactly what all he's in tune with. Because if he did the sounds too, man, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Since I'm not going to be here, just tell him thank you for all the moon music.
We will. We'll give him your Amazon link too. Also,
and no thank you for the ghast dying sounds or whatever that was when that Nether first started. Remember?
That was awesome.
And then the Sunday after that, we were going to have Lewis and Simon from Yogcast.
Yogcast!
So we know people have been asking for them, so they have agreed to come on the show. So that will be awesome as well. So maybe we can go ahead and start questions for that as well.
I love Yogcast.
Last but not least, we've gone ahead and scheduled Miles, who runs like the Minecraft forums and the all that goodness from there. So we thought we'd get some a lot of info about how that's done and how they've they're hooked up with Curse Gaming.
Yeah,
now, I think.
they run the wiki.
So
and the forums and
and how they so that's a lot of stuff there. And tune in the next few weeks, and the show's not over because we still.
Damn.
That's right.
We got something here.
Amazing thing.
I just saw something.
Sightings.
So beautiful. Oh my god. It's so intense.
This week was crazy with sightings. So many neat things came out. Videos and stuff. I mean, okay, here's this first one. This is a massive church in the Nether.
The Basilica Nostra Signora di Lucicero.
That's right. So you know Latin, do you? So this is a like an unholy church, it's got like pentagrams and stuff, and I mean it's in the Nether, so of course it's unholy, and wow, it's just massive and cool. It's actually just a series of screenshots. It's not a video, although I would love to see this in action.
So I wonder if they've tried to like push a bunch of pigmen in there, like they're worshiping,
like
have like a ghast like up on the pulpit, like in a container of some sort.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like sacrificing a pig or something in there.
Get to it.
I like the lava windows. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, neat. Yeah, they did an awesome job. Very good stuff there.
This next one here is from the guys at the name I wanted was taken.com, and it's a short film that they created called Lost in the Library.
Yeah, he freaks out that he's lost.
So take a look at that.
Yeah,
and then this next one blew up and everything. I mean, it was all over our emails. I think it was sent in like 5 or 6 times, and it was on Reddit and everywhere. But it's the last minecart.
The last minecart. I talked about this video last week. Remember when I was like, "There's going to be a really good video on Thursday," and all I knew was people wearing cardboard boxes and zombies. But this is well done. Well done, sir.
2.3 million views already.
It was like 1 million overnight. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So,
but
go see it.
Great compositing there. And then another one that's just freaky. Straight up freaky. It's called Diamonds. And it is a 30-second commercial spot. I don't actually know what the video is intended for. If it's just spec work or just for fun or whatever. I emailed Martin and asked him for all the details, so maybe I'll have more to say about it next week. But it's really good. It's funny. It's just like a weird, like, WTF kind of thing to watch.
I think this is my favorite one on the list here today is Diamonds. You start it up and you're like, where is this going? What is happening here? And then, of course, it resolves. And it's real short and gets right to the point. And it's definitely worth a view. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And it's got, the music is Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Deep Cover. Is the song going on? Yeah, it's really crazy. So I hope the guy emails back because as far as I know,
which is
no one knows
Eric's favorite music. So
yes, and throw some Tupac in there too. But that's pretty cool. And then you had some.
You can get it on his Amazon link, which is Amazon.com.
And then what you got?
So there were a couple things. Actually, I think Wes tweeted a link to this. That's how I came upon it. It was another video by Kirshar, and it's a record farm. It's a way to farm records, which apparently a skeleton killing a creeper will drop a record, right? What he did was, if you have a monster grinder that it's a typical lava blade monster grinder, what he does is he builds a room below that floor. He makes it out of glass, that last stage, and you drop a water bucket on one side, not 2 buckets, but just one, so that there's a current, and the current kind of rushes up against one of the walls, and in that wall you have 2 doors that are on switches. So what happens is, as the right creature, a skeleton or a creeper comes by the right door, you hit a switch, open the door, and you drop them down to this pit down below where they're trapped. Okay, so you've got one door that lets in a skeleton, one door that lets in a creeper, and then you just basically get in line such a way that the skeleton tries to shoot you and instead shoots the creeper. So he does other things too, like he uses a dispenser to weaken the creeper a few shots first so that the creeper is just about to die, and then you just poke your head out, skeleton shoots the creeper, instant record. And you just repeat. You just do it over and over again. It's really a clever idea.
Wow. Huh.
Some people in their time.
I know. But and it's definitely an offshoot of his other practical mob grinder video that I talked about earlier. The second thing was, and this is actually, it's more kind of like wish fulfillment kind of what if sort of thinking. It's something at moddb.com, and it's called Liquid Cubed. And it's just I guess a bunch of guys who are just working on a block-like liquid simulator. And I know that even today, the topic came up about pipes and water and how you could maybe drain a river or drain a lake and that kind of thing. And so there's some really cool there's a embedded video there that kind of shows how water might behave in a world like Minecraft.
This is really awesome. I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
And there are pipes. They actually have a pipe block there where you can actually pipe water uphill or wherever you need to go. So there is a disclaimer early on there that they have apparently contacted Notch. In fact, that's how I discovered it, is that Notch did an ad reply to the guys who did it and said there's a number of reasons why this can't be implemented, but it was, or at least right now, but it's something that it's good that it has, Notch's attention as well. And so, yeah, it's definitely a neat little video.
Wow. That's very in-depth, too. This is cool.
Is one of those reasons because he doesn't want to?
Yeah, I don't want to. And the last item on here actually was just tweeted a few hours ago, and it was a retweet that Easy did. Is it Easy or Ez?
I always say easy. I don't know.
Yeah, I always say easy, but easy retweet it. It's a video by, I'm sure I'll get this wrong as well, but it's Varied? Vareide. He did that This is Minecraft video that's, I believe it's on Minecraft.net. And this is a Dead Island spoof trailer. I don't know if you've seen out there this trailer that's making the rounds right now for a game called Dead Island, which is a zombie-themed game. And this is just a recreation of that I thought was pretty funny. There's even in the early shot, there's a shot of one of the characters who's burning, is on fire, and they actually did get like a zombie or something in the background burning. So just a little silly bit there I thought I'd throw in.
Yeah, looks pretty well done. I wonder how they got rid of the name tags. Oh, no, they didn't. They got the floating...
Yeah, the little floating empty gray box there. Yeah.
I mean, that's the best you can do right now. You know what? Well, I hate that... I'm not complaining about the video. I'm just ranting. I really hope that the next version, 1.3, incorporates those new machinima tools that they mentioned a while back.
Yeah, because Notch said there was more in it. He just couldn't... He wasn't talking about it yet. So hopefully there's a ton more. And I'm sure there will be some secret stuff. They always like throwing in secret stuff.
Yeah, a little Secret Friday. Cool. Well, that was action-packed. Maybe this next segment will be too.
Resources.
Yes.
God, I hate that.
Could you give me more warning before you play the bumper, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Did you have more sighting stuff?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. So that was...
Wes isn't here to point it out, so, I have to...
Oh, right. And now prepare yourself for a bumper. So that was Spencer's favorite bumper, and so we're going to get on...
God, it sucks so bad.
Let's see. What do we got here? What you got?
Let's see. We've got... there's a site that I saw on Reddit. I don't know if it's going to be anything yet, but they're trying to make it into something called Total Minecraft. Mm-hmm. Not sure. They're trying to do a whole, look at the media. It's just kind of pretty site right now, but hopefully it'll have some stuff, guides, and media. News.
TotalMinecraft.com. Ooh, it looks nice.
So we always like pretty things, right?
Yeah.
So
I like pretty things, like back guano.
Back guano is pretty. It glistens.
The next one is expressly in here for you, Eric. Someone sent it in because you wanted to be able to play portable Minecraft. So Arcos sent this in, and this is actually how you can do portable Minecraft on a USB key.
Oh yeah.
So we'll link to that.
Hey, yeah, that's handy. Very cool. All right, I dig it. You could play it from Dropbox then too.
Maybe. You'll have to see.
Yeah.
Next update, you'll be able to do that anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
true. This next one here is Minecraft Addict. Improved version of Minecraft Station in a box.
Remember this one?
No.
It's a Minecraft Station that you can just plug into your server, and now you have a Minecraft Station.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Well, he's got a improved version. So he sent in the link, and we'll have that.
Right, it's a minecart station. Right. It's like a hub. Oh, yeah, that's cool. So it's a new version. And this last one Bob added here.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to give a thank you to Orangey Tang over on the Minecraft forums, because he's the author of the mapping tool that I'm using for the Shaftlands. The tool is called Tectonicus, and it actually renders the map in 3D before grabbing sort of an image, and so you get some really nice detailed images. And it's definitely it's worth it even just for your single player world. It's really it works well. It's a single jar file, so it's one Java file that you run. Other map apps, you actually have to install Python and do other kind of stuff, but this is all just one file that does all the work for you. And as long as you've got the computer that can, do it in a reasonable amount of time or whatnot, it's definitely worth doing even for your single player world. So thanks to Orangey Tang and Tectonicus, that's on the Minecraft forums.
Ooh, that sounds cool for like machinima and stuff like that too. Just getting different angles. I see. I'm looking at a couple screenshots.
Yeah, you can actually customize the camera angle. The default is like 45 degrees, but you can change it around and change the orientation of the north and things like that. So there's a lot of things there that and it's constantly developing, it's constantly changing, and he's pretty responsive in that thread. And so yeah, thumbs up to Orangey Tang.
Wow. I had one last thing I want to add in here. I just remembered that I was using a tool this week, and I don't have this in my notes, so I'll find it and put it in the show notes. But it's basically a converter that will convert your world map to an object, to a 3D object file. So essentially, you can take your world, render it in Blender, Lightwave, Maya, whatever, 3ds Max, whatever you use. And I used it to convert my single-player world and imported it into Lightwave. The problem is there's no surface information, there's no textures, no nothing. It's all, you have to go in and assign the different textures, but works great. I mean,
does it import it as blocks or does it import it as solid surface?
As far as I can tell, it's just one mesh. It's just one big mesh. So it's not a bunch of individual, but it's individual textures, but they're just numbered. There's no names. And this is kind of like an early beta kind of thing. It's just a command line tool that you run, and it just converts it. And but anyway, I thought I would say something. I'm really watching the thread to see how this develops, because I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of this.
It's kind of like a Google SketchUp kind of thing then, huh? So you can build it in Minecraft and then export it, and then you can skin it however you want.
Yeah.
And actually make a house that looks like a house.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Weird.
So, pretty cool. Any last words?
Bye.
Before we go to... Oh, no one sent in a bumper for this one. But it is the... Listener contributions. Listener contributions. All right. So now we're in the...
You like that? And today we got something special that for all the listener contributions we're giving back. We have a deal now with a new sponsor for the show, and so for you, the listeners, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 14-day trial, and this will give you a chance to check out their services. And you can head to audibletrial.com/The Shaft, and that's AUDIBLE trial.com/The Shaft. I know I use it a lot. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but I actually have an app that has all my books, and if you are a Wheel of Time fan, the authors of the people who read it do an incredible job. So that's one I really like a lot.
How many books do you have?
Oh, I probably have about 60 or 70 books on here. I've been a member actually for years now. Yeah, so if you go there, it's absolutely free to get a book. So definitely go try that out.
Yeah, and the good idea here is to just sign up for the trial, and you get 1 or 2 books.
I believe you get one free audiobook download.
Okay, and what you do is listen to it while you're playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good idea.
A lot of people listen to this show while they're playing Minecraft, but this show is only an hour and a half or however long.
There's 22 other hours.
And frankly, it's not very good.
Yeah. and we're talking about an audiobook that might be like 40 to 80 hours. So, you could just go crazy playing Minecraft all the time and listening to books. Anyway, I think it's an awesome idea.
Yeah. And they'll play on your iPhone, on the Kindle, Android, and a bunch of other devices. So go sign up. That does help us out.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got mail?
We do have mail. We have one here from Joel, who says, you know how there's those freaky sounds you hear once in a while near a dark area?
That kind of thing?
He wants to know if we have any unliked ambient sounds, or if we have a most unliked ambient sound, and if so, if we could try to recreate it.
Oh wait, unliked? Like,
I don't know. I like them all, but I'm still up for recreating them. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Try to recreate a sound.
Okay.
I'll do my spider.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Good. Nice.
I like the the weird ambient one that comes in. Okay, let's see if I can do it.
You're a cheater.
Is that good? It just kind of comes and goes.
It's already been established that Eric is a cheater.
You know which one I like best? I like the
beautiful.
The poop block.
Is that
sound.
the guano?
Yeah.
Oh. What you got, Brent?
No, I already did mine. Did Bob have one?
I'm trying to think. It's not an ambient sound, but it always strikes fear in my heart when I hear the skeleton, bow sound. It's just kind of like a. It's kind of like a. You know what? I can't do it. It's just.
That's a good
I
try.
blocked it from my mind.
Yeah, I like the bone sounds, the clinking. It's like wooden chimes.
Yeah.
That's probably what they use. Maybe, I don't know, or you could use if you wanted.
Sounds just like a real skeleton.
Yes.
And then Wes's favorite.
His would be.
Oh my god, I missed the duck shot so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Can I hear it one more time? Yes.
All right, next one. Oh man, that guy just will not stop shooting. The next one we have here is. This one is actually a
duck shot. Yeah.
Yeah. We got a call here from Schmoopy.
Schmoopy.
Hey guys, it's Schmoopy the Spy. Probably haven't called in since the Control Point days, but I'm back, and I'm loving the podcast. So here's my question. After I've built my giant castle, and I have plenty of fun things on the outside, I've been running out of things to put on the interior of it besides bookcases. I was wondering what you think we should put inside. My idea, perhaps, would be maybe when you kill mobs or something, they'd have a small probability to drop a miniature of themselves, and maybe you could put miniatures of mobs wherever you want inside your house in order to decorate them. I think that'd be pretty cool. Of course, I'd want like tables and chairs or something to make different rooms of the house. So I was just wondering, what do you think Notch should put in order to make decorating the interior of a house more interesting? Alright, thanks guys. Love the podcast. Alright, goodbye.
He's going for medieval feel, right? Or like that sort of genre. So why not have like armor stands? Like, normally you'd see the knight standing there, but it'd be like this, the blocky diamond armor or the gold armor or the chainmail.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, it's essentially a new type of container, because you're actually storing your armor on it, but also decorative. I like it.
I like the miniature idea, especially since I know Wes isn't here, so I'll tell you in his stead since he can't tell you. He always carries around a miniature version of himself in case someone kills him, that they can keep it and put it like on a table.
Yeah, he does. He told me that too.
He whipped it out and showed it to me.
So what would you? Let's see. So what else is good decorative things for the house? We have pictures. We have. Furniture's coming, but, I don't know.
Piano.
A piano?
Oh, we'll say that next episode. We'll see 418.
I'd like an urn so I can store the ashes of my fallen foes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to like bedpan urn.
Yikes.
I don't know if there is a bedpan urn, but for some reason that's what went through my head.
I need chamber pots. I need a chamber pot.
What about beds? So we need nightstands, don't we?
What about a fireplace with a mantle? I know that you can build it yourself, but it's really dangerous, and I've burned down every single house I've ever made trying to make one. But what if it was just all contained?
One big block where it has even logs in it, maybe that.
I don't know. I don't know that I want it to get like that.
That's too much, probably.
I mean, I kind of figure once you get to the point where you're like building things like that, then everyone's stuff is going to look the same.
Yeah,
and that
agreed.
Doesn't appeal to me.
That's true. Or wallpaper. You could reskin an entire face, a wall face,
with
the texture.
Yeah, with the texture of human skin.
Human flesh sewn together.
So you could have like freckled wall or a warty wall or,
Are we going to spend like 10 minutes on every single one of these contributions?
All right, next.
Hey, when they're good, you got to spend the time to make sure you pull out all the good poop.
Blocks.
I was Communist Banana wants to know how the three of us met and how did we first become part of the DWP, the Dead Workers Party.
How did we meet? I met, well, Wes isn't here to defend himself, but I met Wes in high school, and so I've known him for a long time. I've probably known him for about 15 years or 20 years. I don't even know how long. A long time.
Yeah, Eric and I went to high school, but we didn't even know each other then.
Yeah, it was weird.
Just for a couple of years. But Wes was... I actually played Warhammer and D&D with Wes through some other friends in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I met him through gaming, tabletop gaming. Probably Vampire or something.
Isn't he like 60?
Yes, he is. He is the Highlander, actually.
Well, when I was in high school, he was 60, so no telling how old that guy is now.
And then Spencer, actually, I think I met on the docks during one of our Machinima movies things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wes and I met through conventions, and Eric and I used to have a weird, I don't know, website rivalry.
Oh, yes.
Did y'all?
Yeah, it was Digital Tirade versus Nailhead.
Yeah. We used to like have annual LAN parties that we stopped doing because Eric never came to any of them because he's a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know,
good times.
A lot of history.
Good times.
We'll do an entire 3-hour show next week talking about how we met.
Yeah.
And
the Dead Workers
Make sure you get all the sappy music ready, Eric.
Yeah.
The Dead Workers Party is just a whole nother ball of wax. You can actually go dig up probably some Dead Workers Party podcasts and really freak yourself out.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And for those who don't know, Dead Workers Party is actually a company. We do video production, video and audio production. We do commercials, features, music videos, all kinds of stuff.
But really, you just do podcasts.
Podcasts.
And we consistently do podcasts since 2006, right? Or 2005 or something like that.
Sounds good.
Something like that. Anyway. And yeah. Yeah. So here's one from John Maz, another old buddy. And this one's long. Who can read? Who can speed read?
I was on Shaftlands last night. No, Surge, all 23, and I decided we should dig our own missing chunk. I'm not sure why we did it or whose idea it was, but for the next 5 hours till around 3 a.m., we dug a 16 by 16 by 64 pit through caves of ore, filled the bottom with water to simulate the skybox. Came out really nice. Check it out. 490 by 65 by 590. I'm going to bed! Exclamation point. Done.
He ends it with "I'm going to bed." Okay, so he got on and made a missing chunk. That's awesome.
I think I just covered that, Eric.
Well, I don't know if anybody could really understand what the crap you're saying. But it was 16 by 16 and 64. It goes all the way down.
I've already griefed it. I'm going to have to come clean here.
I like the detail that he used. He used water as the bottom to be the skybox. I think that's pretty cool. I have to check that out, but I guess there's no water along the side walls.
I wonder if we put enough water so you could jump down and land in.
Oh, yeah. What does it need to be? Hey, you're pretty good at water, Bob. I saw that awesome video you did where it's like, well, you did a couple of them, right? It was like the water... What was it called? Water slide?
Well, there was a water ladder and a water drop.
Water drops, yes.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Actually, yeah, you can pass through one block of water and pretty much fall from any height. And if you pass through it, it'll slow you down. So it should work. But you need some space to land, and then you just pass through the block itself. So
that's crazy. It's like a de-accelerator.
Yeah, actually, there's a really cool thing. I've tried it once, but there's also a way that you can. It's called a water parachute. I think there's a video where you take a bucket of water, and if you're in a high ledge or something, you drop the bucket of water on the ledge. It spills over the side. Then you jump in the water, and at the last minute, you grab it with the bucket. You pick it up again, and you ride the water as it's decreasing. You ride it on down. So it's a way to get from a really high location as well. So you could probably float on down to the bottom of this John Maz created missing chunk, and you can just drift on down on a wave of water.
Just like a real missing chunk.
Just like in real life, exactly. And we've got these coordinates here, right? Mine is 490, 65, 590. Once that feature is on the map, you can dial it in and actually zoom in and see where it is. So,
bing.
Oh, cool.
So then you can use your water parachute. It's not like the water Paris Hilton. That involves a video camera, I think, and a
That's
Anyway.
and a cup, I think.
Oh, wow. You went there. So,
Spencer's
It's
fault.
callback, right? No.
That's what we call it in the biz.
we're hitting like 2 hours, aren't we?
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta eat, guys. I'm about to eat my own arm off.
Are you? Okay. Well,
Let's move on to housekeeping.
should we, hey, let's do this one last call.
Okay,
'cause
one
we
last
got,
call.
one last call.
Hello, message to the Shaft. What advice would you give to a new Minecraft player? Goodbye and efficacious podcast.
Okay, well, if you really like a woman, you gotta, be nice to her. I know some people say be a jerk to it.
Bring her
Wait,
flowers. Bring her flowers. Tell her you like her hair.
what? Right, yeah. Say you like her stuff.
I will simplify this into go watch Bob Mills videos. Go watch
Nice.
Short and sweet.
all the Let's Play videos out there, and you will know what to do.
Yeah, and the biggest resource would be the wiki, the Minopedia.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta check that out because it's a collaboration of everybody's knowledge on Minecraft.
Go back to episode 1. Start there, baby.
Yeah.
You got like 40 hours now full of eargasms to go through.
And you got eargasms. Co's Quest on YouTube.
Yep.
And X's Adventures in Minecraft. And you just start on episode 1, and you just are entertained, and you learn lots along the way too.
Do you know what I would recommend? I would not recommend doing that stuff. I think those videos are great and all, but the first thing that I would say is jump in and do stuff for yourself, because a lot of the joy is going to be figuring stuff out for yourself for some people. So that's what I would do. Just jump in, drown a few times.
But remember, he hates the game now, so you may not want to follow that advice.
Nearly as much as I hate you, you bitch.
You can be sure to go to his Amazon link and buy him some party supplies.
I like how you made the Amazon link and suddenly it's my thing. Thanks.
Yeah, he's good at that.
So that brings us to another section we like to call... we don't know how to do this.
I know.
Who's there?
Housekeeping.
What do you want?
Meatful pillow.
What? I don't need a mint for pill.
Meatful pillow. Okay, I'm done.
Sorry, you're going to have to come out. Your room smells like poo.
So the first thing on here is we have a new mod for the server, and that's Sugar, a.k.a. Gata, which I said wrong, I know, and I'm sorry.
And I got a vida.
But she's always really nice and helpful to folks, and that's what we like to see in mods and stuff.
Yeah, cool. Welcome.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So the next is we're trying something new here, guys, with the whole emails and stuff. It seems like it may work. This week we tweeted about this, and we got a lot of emails and stuff. We didn't use them on this show because we're still trying to work everything together. But if you go to reddit.com, we have a subreddit /r/the shaft, and if you can leave your excavation stations, your sightings, your resources, and possibly even questions there, people can kind of vote them up, and it will kind of help self-weed out stuff that's already been through other episodes, or it'll just let us know the stuff that you want to hear about as well.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And also just keep in mind that we get so many emails and contributions that are related to Excavation Station that we would probably have to do 5 episodes back to back just to keep up with them.
Yeah.
If we stop today, but we'll get probably 20 to 30 a day, something like that, but they're all the same. So it would be great. We would definitely appreciate something that's not Excavation Station. I mean, don't stop it, but if you have a general question about Minecraft or just a tip or something,
ooh, tips would be good.
Tips
we love
are really
tips.
good. Yeah. So
gross.
What? Oh, you were going somewhere wrong with that. Tips.
But I like the idea of Reddit. That's reddit.com/r/the shaft, and leave them there, and you can still email us.
Yeah.
Right.
Sweet. So what's this last thing here?
Yes, I wanted to, as I mentioned earlier, I'm starting up a new series on my YouTube channel where I'm going to be visiting servers. So if you are interested in my visiting your server just to do some filming and walking around for Block Tourist, send me a message through YouTube. And if you could just let me know the server name and the IP. I won't mention the IP or the address unless you want me to. I just won't mention it on the recording. Whitelist, my player name is Mills, MMILLSS. You don't have to make me a builder if you don't want to. In other words, to be able to harvest blocks or place blocks, but it is appreciated. It's nice to be able to defend myself if mobs come after me, or I can make a pillar and get up high and get a nice vantage point or something. But that's up to you, whether or not you give me builder rights. If you do, I do hereby solemnly swear here on The Shaft episode 21 that I will not grief your server and make alterations or anything, at least not intentionally. And if there are any other links to any resources like maps or even coordinates of something that I should go take a look at, just put it in that note, and I'll go visit and I'll just play tourist. That's it.
And for what it's worth, I want to step in and say he is also a mod on our servers and forums, and does a lot for our podcast and our community. So I can attest that he's not going to grief your stuff.
And it's worth having him just to see his amazing in-game camera block that he has invented. He carries it around and it captures everything around him. It's amazing.
Exactly. Actually, I should make a new skin for that, I think, that has like a press badge or something like that. I'm not sure. But
that's cool. I guess it'd be a press cape. Or
maybe a hat with a little press thing. Where it says
if
press
I wore a
hat.
press cape on a PvP,
I'm here with the press. Whoosh.
Then maybe I won't get attacked on PvP servers. All right, it's like, no, I'm with the press. Don't attack me.
Just don't make it a belt buckle that says press, because you might get kicked off a few servers.
Yikes.
That's right.
So shout outs to all you guys out there in the Minecraft world. We love you. We do.
We do.
Less than 3 for all of you. Be sure to well, first, before we go pimpage outro here, I do want to say, Bob, thank you so much for everything you do for us in general, and great work on the Let's Plays. I can't wait for the new ones, and thank you for coming on the show today.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. And for all your hard work, too. I mean, this is, you had a lot of plate spinning here, and you make it look easy. So thank you.
Yeah, you want to pimp out all your, how do people get a hold of you, Twitter, and all your stuff?
I think that's Brent Copeland, right?
Yeah, I think it's Brent Copeland. And it's B Mills, BMMILLSS on Twitter. And then it's just Mills, MMILLSS on YouTube. And between those two, you can probably find me.
Cool. Sweet, and as always, enjoy the Shaft, because we do. I couldn't think of anything. Let's go.
Yeah, there's one more thing that we need to do before we go. We haven't talked about it, but we should have a moment of silence for Wes Wilson, who was killed by ravaging cougars earlier this week.
Okay, ready for the silence?
Yeah.
Go.
Bang.
God rest your soul, Wes. We'll miss you.
Sometimes they handle your own head.
That thing's so stupid. Bye.
Congratulations, you made it through The Shaft alive. See show notes and leave comments for this episode at theshaft.deadworkers.com. Send questions, comments, and audio to theshaft@deadworkers.com, or leave us a voicemail at 256-812-1010. Dead Workers Party Network. I think, therefore, The Shaft.